Generally, when you start playing these FPS games, the advice you want to follow and the advice you'll get a lot is just pick a sense that you like and stick with it. But I was feeling kind of scandalous. I was feeling a little bit like I wanted some change in my life. So I made a radical decision to go from point 0.4 in game to 0.38. I know. You guys are probably disappointed. How could I commit such a egregious sin, right? A cardinal sin, if you will. It's it's honestly one of the worst things you could do for yourself, because you do lose a lot of muscle memory. It's a lot of hours worth of work that you're kind of throwing away. But I'm really curious to see how big of a difference 0.02 can really make in the grand scheme of things. So what we're going to do is hop into an unrated with like 3 or 4 of my friends, and we're just going to go from 0.38 to 0.4 to 0.38 to 0.4 and alternate every single round. And I hope you'll stick around for the chaos. Okay, so the way I ended up doing it was just pulling together some clips throughout the game of notable rounds and notable moments where you can really tell that the sensitivities are having a difference. So I can't really play the game audio either, because there's Discord and everything, so everybody's kind of screaming and talking. It doesn't really work, so I'm going to play some music in the background. Enjoy that, if you will. So you're going to see here, I'm going to look at spawn. Going to see the Reyna. I'm going to flick to the left. Oh, I kind of skipped a few frames. But right in this frame, you see I overcorrected a lot. I overcorrected to the left of a lot, and then I got to snap back to the right and get the headshot. So a little bit of overcorrection. This was on 0.40, so it might be a little bit high. Next, we're going to take a look at a retake. So we lost B at this point. Viper's ulted. They're all on site. I'm going to push into the Viper smokes here to the right. That's an okay kill. The one I really want to take a look at is the KO here in the cornerback site. You can see in this frame, I've done a little, what I like to call a left-right shuffle, right? This happens when you're not used to your sensitivity. Maybe it's too high, maybe it's too low, whatever it is, you're not dialed in correctly, and you kind of just go left and right, and you don't really lock on to the center target, which is the head. Sometimes you'll hit the shoulders like I did here. You can see both the shoulders are kind of bloody, but you don't hit the target you want, which is the head. I get the kill, but unfortunately not the headshot. It's not what I'm looking for. There, the crosshair placement just kind of carries me, right? My crosshair placement was really good, and I get the headshot. So this is another round on the lower sense on the 0.38. Of course, there were a few rounds in here where I just forgot to switch back and forth. I'm not going to lie to you, but at the beginning of the clip, I can see what sense I was running for this round. There, I get a pretty good kill, not headshot. Don't know how I didn't kill Chamber there, or whatever his name is. Caliber Chamber. I get his name mixed up a lot. Reyna's going to come back around from ropes. Nice little flick upwards on there. Made a little bit of adjustment. And I think Viper's here too. Yeah, again, a little bit of a flick up. That didn't quite look like a headshot, but the game gave it to me, so I'll take it. And you can really feel the difference in the sensitivities when you're making little adjustments like this. How I went down a little bit on the Reyna, and then when Viper comes back up, you'll see I go from aiming a little lower and probably around her chest. You see that first bullet hit her chest, and I make that tiny little adjustment to hit her head. So you can really feel a difference in the sensitivities when there's situations like that. So here's kind of a little bit of a unique situation. This is on the higher sense, and you'll see I get behind 2 of them and I start to panic. And in these situations, you have to rely on your muscle memory a lot, because you're panicking mentally, but your hands are going to do what they need to do. And you see here I turn to the left, miss very easy headshots, right? I'm panicking. I get a free spray down here, and I hit Chamber for, I don't even know how much in the chest, right? I got 2 assists. I got very lucky that they were lit by my teammate. Let's check out the last kill here. Yeah, pretty routine stuff, right? I think somebody just called her out on site, and I saw her pretty quickly. This clip kind of demonstrates why you might want to play on just a little bit of a higher sense if you're playing entry or like a duelist or something like that. If you're between 2 sensitivities and the higher one, and you play a duelist or you play entry, maybe think about picking the higher one. Let's take a little bit of a closer look. You're going to see here, I'm pushing up. I think I threw a flash at this point already, or a blind, and Chamber misses the shot, so he tries to teleport out, but I kill him, and then I just transfer to Fade here, who unfortunately kind of just gets caught in my spray, right? I don't know how these were headshots. I got pretty lucky there. But I will say on 0.38 on the lower sense, being able to transfer like that would have been just a little bit harder. Would have put a little bit more effort into it because the sensitivity is lower, of course, right? My range of motion is the same, but you just aren't able to clear as many things as fast because the sensitivity is just that much slower. So this one here is on the lower sensitivity. I get another pretty decent flick upwards, right? Flick from about her hip up to her head. There's little adjustments. Again, you can feel the difference in the sensitivity when you have to make tiny adjustments like that. Because you're not really consciously making that adjustment. Your muscle memory is working for you. It's not like I said, oh, my crosshair's on her hip, I'm going to just flick up to her head. I just did it. You don't have time to think. And then here, the unfamiliarity with the... I just died of Viper right here. But the unfamiliarity with the sensitivity, because this is the lower one that I don't usually use, starts to show. You can see in the after kill report, I hit KO 5 times in the body. I didn't even hit his head a single time. I couldn't make that adjustment a second time. And so by the end of that game, I pretty much decided that 0.4 was what I wanted to go with, the higher one, the one that I knew better. And 0.38 was just kind of good in that moment, like when I had picked it in the game before. But 0.4 is where I really need to be at and where all the muscle memory is. So I'm happy to stay there. And this is kind of the result of that. This was the next game, and I got some pretty good clips. Got this little, I think this is a 4K. They just kind of challenged me one by one, and I just won like 4 individual gunfights. This guy didn't challenge me at all, right? He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. And then this guy here. That was really nice, you know? It felt really good. it was like, oh yeah, I did make the right decision. I got one more here for you guys too. Let me see if I can cut to... the right part. I think there's a little ace. So yeah, I get, I'm pushing up mid here, or B short. Get fade, get Reyna, some nice shots, right? Some good crosshair placement, some nice shots. Don't have to make too many large adjustments because my crosshair placement is doing pretty well. Make a little bit adjustment there to the left. Don't overshoot it. I'm kind of getting a feel for it again. That was a great shot too, right? Here it gets a little bit messy. He's kind of jiggle peeking me, but it's all right. I hold the angle and I stand strong. And I get the kill and the ace. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this one or if it helped you, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again soon.